So if there was ever a game that epitomized the saying, the stone the builders rejected has now become the cornerstone, I think the happenings at the City Ground this afternoon perfectly epitomizes it.
Yeah, Liverpool were undone by,
The man they signed.
a man they signed 6 years ago who has practically become like a nomad because he's been going,
He went
playing.
on 7 loan spells
Exactly,
in
yeah.
6 years at the club. He never got the chance to even wear the red jersey for a minute. This afternoon, he could have been celebrating a goal for them, but it was on the other end.
Yeah, it was at the other end. But I think on the game itself, these are some of the few things that I saw with Liverpool's approach to the game. I think when we did the City-Liverpool game, one thing I kept hammering on was, if you look at the shape of that Liverpool team, it would be difficult for Jurgen Klopp to keep the same shape because the opponent was totally different. People were praising how Liverpool pressed, how Liverpool were aggressive. I told them that, listen, the occasion demanded for it. Liverpool were under pressure. They were playing at Anfield. They were playing literally their biggest rivals in the last 5 seasons. So you expected them to rise up to the occasion. And they set up in a way where they almost had about 4 attackers who were practically pressing the City defense. But if you watch this game, the entire setup was different. He went for a 4-3-3 with Carvalho, Fabinho and Elliott in the midfield, whilst he played, Firmino, Salah, and his usual front three. The defense, yes, Milner and, Robertson, Gomez, and Van Dijk. But if you look at this team, when Liverpool were in transition, they transitioned to having 4 men in attack. They held on to the ball very well. But one thing they failed to do was in the middle of the park. I do not know what's wrong with Fabinho. He has dipped in form. They could not control the game from the middle of the park. Forest were very comfortable.
Kouyaté had a very good game.
A very good game. They were very comfortable playing to their set rhythm, will sit back and hit Liverpool on a counter, and it worked perfectly well. Liverpool had lots of chances in the middle, in the Forest, half, where they shot almost about 14 times. If you look at the numbers, they shot 14 times inside the box, just once outside the box. Forest, on the other hand, shot more outside the box, and they ended up being the one that actually didn't matter. So I feel Liverpool's approach to the game, one, and the fact that I keep hammering on, yes, they may have won against City. That game, I keep saying that the occasion demanded that Liverpool rose up, and it could have gone anyway.
They actually have won 3 games on the trot. So going into
those 3 games were not, even that game against West Ham, I felt Liverpool were very lucky because Bowen should have at least picked up a draw for them.
You look at Liverpool, 3 games, and everybody expected them to practically walk over.
It's against the
Forest. They were bottom of the table prior to kickoff, and then this comes in. You look at the inconsistency associated with Liverpool. It begs the question, where exactly is the problem? Because we've seen the Sadio Mane issue being thrown around. Are they missing Sadio Mane? Is it Trent? Today Trent didn't start.
Today was also one of the games I feel Trent should have played because James Milner will not give you that attacking,
impetus,
verb that Trent will give you. James Milner will not pick those passes, will not pick out Salah. We saw it. When you play a team that sets up very deep, set up deep blocks of 2, Forest are deep blocks of 2, you need a Trent Alexander. He will come in the middle as an inverted fullback, go out wide, and he's very good at passing. Yes, he may have issues defensively. So you made mention of the issues. Liverpool have issues. I think Jurgen Klopp, you need to play to the strength of your players. And he's yet to play to the strength of his players. Some of his players have dropped in form, like Fabinho, like Trent himself. But you need to know which games should start which players and which game not to start.
Every time Liverpool have lost, there's been a number of excuses everybody's pointing to. But the one thing I feel everybody is overlooking has got to be the man Jurgen Klopp.
What do you make of Klopp, and where do you think he should at least take responsibility for the inconsistency form of Liverpool?
First of all, I think if you look at Liverpool this season, beyond their poor form, beyond some of the players not having the very best, one of the things that have gone against them is...
They've won just, to add up, maybe it could fit well into your... They've won just 2 in their last 6 games in the Premier League.
They've actually not won an away game all season.
That's it.
And it only comes down to the manager. You look at some of the away games they've played in, selection-wise, Jurgen Klopp has got it wrong. For example, at Forest, everybody expected them to sit deep. Why did he decide to keep Trent? Because against an opponent that would have a go at you, then
that guy who has the ability to unlock defense with his passing.
Because Forest were never going to have a go at Liverpool.
Obviously.
So then you have the surety that Trent's defensive frailties won't be exposed, so you can keep him on. They had the lion's share of possession, but Klopp got it wrong in that particular section. Why did he keep Darwin Núñez on the bench? What was the reason? What was the decision? Because Liverpool, yes, they would go to Ajax in midweek. That's an exciting game. But Liverpool are far off in the chasing back, particularly for the top 4 spots.
Yeah,
so why not have a go against the bottom side of the table? So Klopp himself has got to look himself in the mirror, hold his head, because today, for example, he blamed the fact that Liverpool were profligate. Yes, you might want to.
If you look at the numbers, Liverpool created just 4 big chances, and out of those 4 big chances, only 2 were like open, clear-cut chances. Virgil van Dijk's header, and I think one of them was by Firmino where he nodded wide. So yes, they created the chance, but they were not chances that people do not miss. So I think he's blaming the fact that they were profligate, but I also feel like you said, his decision making. We spoke about Graham Potter and how he's able to coach whilst the game is on. As a manager of Klopp's ilk, you should be able to see the deficiencies in your team. There was nothing wrong if in the first 30 minutes you realize, no, I've made a mistake, let me quickly switch. There's nothing wrong. But I think his approach to the game personally is the reason why Liverpool lost this game, and it's beginning to, there's a pattern developing this season, and you went there. Very inconsistent. What do you think Liverpool can do to change their season and put together consistent about 6, 7, 8 run of winning runs, and we will say, okay, Liverpool is back, because City can do it without thinking twice?
I think the first point will have to be a change in management.
Wow. So you're looking at letting go of Klopp.
Liverpool would have
Is that not too early?
No, Liverpool would have to take that big decision, because the longer it lingers, the worse their chance of actually playing in Champions League football. Because currently, you look at the table, they are 6th.
They're 7th actually.
They are 7th actually. Yeah. They I think about 4 or 6 points behind Chelsea. And Chelsea do have a game in hand. United do have a game in hand.
Even City do have City have 2 games
in hand. If the longer these inconsistencies develop, the bigger the gap. And we've got the World Cup coming up in November. That should be a perfect period for Liverpool's management to reflect, rethink about how the season has gone so far. Do we need to keep Klopp? I feel after the World Cup, or even before the World Cup,
fans will come at you.
I feel before the World Cup, if results stay same,
they should let go.
They should let go. The World Cup is a longer period enough to scout for a manager.
I want to disagree with you. I think that would be too early to decide.
Klopp came in October.
Yeah, but it would be too early to let him go. I think that Liverpool's issue, before we check out, Liverpool's issue is more of personnel. Klopp has admitted they brought in Arthur to try and see if they can have that creative spark in the middle. Arthur's injury woes and
that has been down to Klopp, because prior to the start of the summer transfer window, he kept hammering they had enough options in midfield.
But then he also admitted that they now need a midfield.
It was later in the transfer window.
They should give him the opportunity to go out and sign a midfield.
It all comes back to the decision making. Everybody, right from last season, even when they were somewhat good, kept pointing to the fact that midfield had a gaping hole. The earlier it's sorted, the better for Liverpool's cause. Kept dilly-dallying, we have enough options. Later on, had to admit late. Look at even the time they brought Arthur in. It was too late to find a right player for the right Liverpool strategy. And that's all down to the manager's decision making. He's got to go. The project has grown stale. It's time he shows.
David feels
he's got to do the honourable.
David feels, listen, Liverpool fans admit that Jurgen Klopp has outlived his usefulness. He's done well. He's won you guys the Champions League. He's won you the Premier League. He's won you the FA Cup. At least every single trophy that he needs to win as a coach for a club, he's done it. But it's time they showed him the exit door, because he feels there's nothing new he can add up to the team. I don't know what you think. I hold a different opinion. I think that he deserves time to correct the wrongs. There are a few personal issues and a lot of that. But hey, engage us in the comment section. Do you think it's high time Liverpool let go of Jurgen Klopp? I think no. David says yes. But if this is the first time you are watching us, this is Sports 101. Make sure you subscribe. Yes, hit that subscribe button. Like our videos. Engage with us in the comment section. As always, we're doing this with you.